Senator Siewert.
Mr President, my question is to the Minister representing the Minister for Social Security, Minister Fifield. During budget estimates, the Department of Social Security were unable to clearly explain some of the measures associated with the scheme to condemn people under 30 to 6 months' period of no income support. So can the Minister please now confirm whether a member of a couple who are both unemployed under the age of 30 with a child or children could be denied income support? Could a pregnant woman under the age of 30, more than 6 weeks before her due date, be denied income support? If this is true, what impact does the government consider this crippling poverty will have on the well-being of those families and their children?
The Assistant Minister for Social Services, Senator Fifield.
Thank you, Mr President. I think it's important to recognise in what we refer to as the earn or learn requirements that we're introducing for people below the age of 30, that there are some important exemptions, and I'll just take the chamber through those, Mr President. If an individual has a partial capacity to work less than 30 hours per week, they'll be exempt. If a single parent receiving family tax benefit for a child, if that's their circumstance, they will be exempt. If they're in full-time education, they will be exempt. If they're an apprentice, they will be exempt. If they're a principal carer parent, they will be exempt. If they are a Stream 3 or Stream 4 job seeker, or remote jobs and community program equivalent under current employment services arrangements, they will be exempt. And also, if someone is eligible for disability employment services, they will be exempt. These are important exemptions, I think, Mr President, which haven't been given adequate ventilation in the post-budget period. So I think this is a good opportunity to highlight the fact that there are exemptions, that the objective here is to help those people who are in a capacity to work.
Senator Fifield, point of order from
Senator Siewert. I, in fact, do know those exemptions. I was asking specific examples, and could I please ask the Minister, in his remaining 45 seconds, to address those 2 specific examples and the question I asked about what impact it will have on them.
Order. I do draw the Minister's attention to the question. The Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. I think we always have to be very careful when we're relating to specific examples, what you might call individual cameos.
Order. Senator Fifield.
There can be obviously a range of variables, and we're talking about a range of variables, Mr President, which you would need to know to give a definitive answer to a question about an individual circumstance.
Senator Siewert.
I think I can take from that answer that yes, pregnant women and families will be caught up under that measure. It has been. We understand. Can the Minister confirm that people denied income payments on the so-called Newstart nil payment will be required to apply for 40 jobs per month? How they will do this on no income, i.e. be able to afford the phone? And what penalty will apply if they do not apply for 40 jobs per month?
The Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. The Newstart the Newstart changes, which came into effect from the 1st of January 2015, we are introducing so that young people on unemployment benefits can be encouraged to earn or learn. That is the objective. We want to do whatever we can to help put people in a situation where they can find a job. People below the age of 30 are, we think, in a much better position to connect with the labour market. We all know that the longer that someone is out of work, the harder it is for them to get into work. So we make no apology for the fact that we will be requiring people to undertake job interviews. We make no apology for the fact that we will be requiring people to directly seek to engage with employers, that they will be required to do whatever they can to seek employment. We don't think that's a bad thing, Mr President. We think that's a good thing.
Senator Siewert.
for the 40 applications.
Senator Siewert.
Thank you. We are aware that the government has committed around $229 million for emergency relief, an indication that this policy will have devastating consequences on young people. Could the minister confirm some of the details which were unable to be confirmed during estimates? For example, what are the provisions around that emergency relief, and will it include or involve food vouchers to young people under 30?
The Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. It is true that the government will be providing an additional $229 million for job seekers for help and emergency assistance under the stronger participation incentives for job seekers under 30s. That is the case, but it's important to emphasise, Mr President, that that's a figure over 4 years. We make no apology for the fact that we have a safety net. And that we're adding to that safety net. There may be people for whom require additional support, for whom circumstances are not working for them. I've already outlined the extensive exemptions that we have from the arrangements that were announced on the budget night. But, Mr President, we don't make an apology for the fact that we're providing $229 million over 4 years to make sure that no one falls through the gaps.
Order.
Without support
Your
from
time
government.
has expired, Senator.